Hello, I am Kristen and welcome to my channel on healing my body and mind through nutrition and exercise. I did 100 days on carnivore. I tried to go more animal-based with some fruit, back to carnivore, and then dabbling in avocado and mango because I have a mango tree. But overall, very much more on the carnivore side. So before we get started, make sure to hit that subscribe button, like, follow, and comment. I love to hear your comments. So today I just want to do a little overview on why I started carnivore, and my list is very, very long. So I started carnivore on January 1st of this year because I was tired of the following. I had depression very, very bad for many years, especially after having my first baby. I had postpartum, and sadly the doctors would just say that what I was feeling and the irritability and the anxiousness was just part of after having a baby. No doctor ever tried to talk to me about nutrition. No doctor ever told me, what are the levels of your anxiety, your frustration, your depression, to even put me on medication. Not that I would really, I'm not a medication type person, but those things were never brought up. The other thing was really, really bad anxiety. I still am trying to go through the waves and slowly healing my anxiety. Anxiety does definitely have to do more with not only nutrition, but just your daily life stress. So I am still working on that. The other thing was inflammation. I had really bad inflammation here, especially in my hands. I have a bulging disc in my neck, my low back. So those are things that I'm slowly healing as well. I don't have the pain in my hands anymore, thank goodness. I recently did have a pain in my neck that I hadn't had in a long time. So I had to go to the chiropractor, and I'm still kind of healing that section of my neck. What else? Let me think. Hold on. Brain fog. Oh my gosh. So fatigue, also brain fog. Those two I feel go hand in hand. It was really, really bad. I mean, my fatigue was to the point of mid-afternoon when I would get in the car to come pick up the kids to school, I would feel like I could fall asleep. I could fall asleep driving. I had to kind of like sit up, put the AC on, and be like, oh my gosh, Kristen, like, you need to step out of it. You're driving. Why am I so sleepy? And I can literally just go home and take a nap if it wasn't that I had 3 kids that I needed to take care of. So that was really bad. The brain fog, sometimes in the morning, it was really hard to sit down and focus. So on the side, I help my husband with our business. I do social media management, and I'm also an accountability coach. When I had to sit down to do paperwork and also for my social media clients, it was very, very hard for me. Some days I just couldn't because it was just such a heavy fog. And when they say brain fog, it's literally what it feels like. I literally felt like there was this cloud over my head and I couldn't really focus right, even with my eyes. I just would feel completely off. It was bad. Bloatedness. Oh my gosh. By the nighttime, I looked, no joke, like I was 3 months pregnant. I looked like the freaking Grinch, okay? Skinny-ish face, pop belly. It was bad. I would be like, oh my gosh, no, this can't, no. And then I would get my period, I was fine. And it was every night. In the morning I looked okay. By the nighttime, I just had a lot of bloatedness, a lot of gas. And that leads me to explain that I have microscopic colitis as well. So I found out I had microscopic colitis in my 20s, and when I found out, the doctor also never told me, let's focus on nutrition. Let's look at what you're eating. Pretty much it was just maybe like the basics. It's so long ago, but I want to say that maybe he said like, no fried foods. That was like the extent of my nutrition talk with him, even though I asked him like, is there anything that I can do? No, like this is just something that you need to live with. There's no cure. There's no way of even trying to fix it. All they offered was medication with steroid, which I refused because I was in my 20s, and I'm like, if I start a medication that has oh my God, what did I just say? Okay. Anyways, I don't want to start a medication because your body starts to get used to medications. And when you get older, sometimes that medication doesn't work. It happened to me with birth control pills. I had to then switch birth control pills because it started to affect my body in a way until finally I got off it. When I got off it, it was because I went to the thyroid doctor. So let's go back to that as well. In my 20s, I also found out that I had thyroid issues. I had Hashimoto's. The thyroid doctor also did not talk about anything about nutrition. The thyroid doctor also did not put me on medication because the levels, I guess, were low and he wasn't too concerned, even though it did show that I had Hashimoto's. So fast forward many, many years later, I was starting to have symptoms like hot sweats, hair loss, very, very bad anxiety, other symptoms. And so I went to the thyroid specialist and I found out that I had thyroid issues and I was diagnosed with Graves' disease. So as you can see, I have a lot of things on my list. And so after a lot of talk with my husband, for a few years, he had mentioned Joe Rogan, Dr. Sean Baker, showed me the video, and I thought that they were absolutely insane, crazy. I'm not doing a carnivore diet. I think that that is an extreme diet. I think that you don't have to eliminate. I was very much into, at this point in my life, I was working out. I was eating healthier, or so I thought. I was having a more balanced diet, implementing more veggies, having my protein, having a few carbs, limiting carbs. And I just thought, YOLO, and enjoy the foods that you love. And I still believe that to a certain extent for certain people that can do that. If that is for you, by all means, you do you. And I wanted to believe it because I love food. I'm Hispanic and we cook with a lot of seasonings, and I love my pasta, and I didn't want to stop eating the things that I love. But when it got to the point of that huge list that I just told you about, I hit my rock bottom and I was tired of feeling tired. And so what I say to you is that if you are going through any health issues or anything that you need to fix, but the doctors are not fixing it, then sometimes we need to take things into our own hands. I did a lot of research before starting this. Like I said, when I started to look back into carnivore again, I started looking at more videos. I started reading on it. I started seeing testimonials of how people were getting cured or in remission, or whatever it is that you want to say, for their diabetes, for their thyroid issues, for eczema, inflammation, anxiety, depression. And so I said, why not try this? Because what is the worst case that can happen? The worst case is that carnivore doesn't work for me, and the best case is that it does. And I am here to say that I have no depression, I have no fatigue, I have no brain fog, and I'm slowly healing my anxiety, my inflammation. I have no bloatedness. I have not gone back to check for my thyroid, so that is something that I am in the midst of trying to figure out this year and getting new blood work and all that. But if I had not said yes to carnivore, I don't know where I would be right now. And that's how bad my anxiety was and my depression. And I posted over on my Instagram. I'll put my handle in my description. I talk a lot about it there. Talk a lot about my depression, and I love to write. So for me, I can express myself even more so in my writing than I do in my videos. So if you want to go check that out, go check that out. But I say to you, when you hit your rock bottom, when you're at your bottom, you'll want to try this. And I highly, I am not a doctor nor a nutritionist. This is just my journey, my feelings, what I've gone through and what's worked for me so far. But I say, give it a try. You don't have to do it forever. Start with 30 days. I did 30, 60, 90, 100. Now I'm on 100 and about 56, 57 days now, and still going, still testing the waters, still learning my body, still healing. Remember that healing does not happen overnight. So if you just started and you're struggling, it's okay. It's normal. It's okay to struggle a little bit in the beginning. That is going to happen. You're going to have your good days. You're going to have your bad days, but do not give up on yourself. Do not give up on your health. That is the most important. So I hope that you have a beautiful day. I know today was a serious talk, but I like to let you know where I'm coming from, why I'm doing this, and my healing journey. I hope that you have a beautiful day, and I will see you again tomorrow.